Good morning, y'all. It is a cool 48 degrees here in South Carolina. I'm just going to go ahead and do my DIY on my other candy cane wreath. And Claire's in here crawling around, so you'll probably hear her jibber jabbering. So I'm going to go ahead, because they're Dollar Tree ornaments, I'm going to go ahead and remove all these little things off before I hot glue them on there. Because, you know, I have a small child and that's choking hazard, so I will get set up and I will show you how to make it. Okay, I went through and opened up, it was 9. I thought I had 8, but I apparently bought an extra one, so I had 9. I took all of the little ornament things off. For now, I'm going to hang on to them because I don't know, you see how this is shaped? You could totally take these and reuse them if you did something and you want to have like a little border and like with beads or stones or something. Instead of doing that, you could hot glue these if it was something you were going to spray paint, because these are gold and silver. So, you know, that's just an idea to repurpose these. I would not use Dollar Tree this unless you're going to hot glue them. If you take and you hot glue these to the actual ornaments, then you could trust these hanging off. But some of these came out of the packaging and the thing just literally popped off. So, like I said, if you have a small child, definitely either hot glue these or use them in a way that you're not using these, because choking hazard. You can clearly see I have more red than silver. So what I will probably do is it will be mainly red, and then I'll have some silver stripes throughout it. But I just felt like this was going to be quicker for me to go ahead and prepare it and have it ready. And again, this was 9 of these. And if you want to do it to where you kind of have it more, what's the word? You have more silver, just buy your packages that have red and silver, just buy more of them, maybe buy 8, and then buy 1 package of just this, because I think the package with the silver, I want to say, had 3 silver and 2 red, so you would have less red if you did all of the same packaging. So just maybe do 8 of these. Well, let's see how many ornaments it takes. It might not take all these ornaments. I'd rather have too much and not need it than not enough. I also have, if you remember from my haul, I have the reds, the small red, and the small silver. I'm not going to open these yet. I want to do the big ones first, and then I will go back in and fill in any gaps with the small ones. And then, if you'll remember also, I bought the poinsettia and the bow. I wanted to do this, but my mom says she liked this. So I will play with it and see which one looks better. And I'll probably ask, since this is for my mom, I'll ask which one she wants. I'll show it to her. Alright guys, change of plan. The ornaments are not going to stick to just the wire. They'll bobble back and forth and eventually just fall off. This needs a better base to have more stability to glue the ornaments to. So I'm going to take this burlap. And it's probably better if you do use a color like red or whatever color ornaments you're going to use. It's better to use something. I'm just going to just literally glue it on top and go around it. And then I'll trim it to fit where I need to. Alright, so I'm going to go back and lay glue down. And hopefully I can get this to stick. And I don't have a spatula, so the first time I do this, I'm going to burn myself because I've already got glue going. And I definitely don't want to put more on here. And all I'm going to do is just keep running it up. And like I said, I mean, you can go through and wrap this if you want to. But I think it needs, the ornaments just need a little bit more of a base to of something to hold on to. Okay, at this point, because it's starting to curve, I'm going to go ahead and cut the burlap. And not the wreath form. Just the burlap. Okay. Glue everywhere. If you're not making a mess, you're not crafting, right? Just gonna kind of glue it like that, and then I'm gonna bring it, I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna glue it to the other piece of burlap. Just working around the curve of the top of the candy cane. You just kind of have to maneuver and figure it out and make it work. I'm just gonna kind of take it and fold it like that, and then that'll give me something more to glue it to this part. And then I'm gonna cut this part off. And then glue this part down too. And see how that's sticking up? I'm gonna try to glue that down too. You want to make sure that this is not too floppy, because remember, you're gluing your ornaments to it, and if it's floppy, then your ornaments will be floppy too. Okay, that's how that piece looks. And again, like I said, you know, we're not trying to go for pretty right now, because all this is going to be covered up. And this piece I kind of put in starting at an angle. I'll show y'all in just a second. You just kind of have to cut and figure out how to make it fit and work around it. But this piece, I started out kind of at an angle, and then I kind of cut, and I'm going to trim up here too. Actually, I think I'm going to use that piece to glue onto the wreath form a little better. Because you definitely want your burlap to be stable on here. If the burlap is not stable and if it's floppy, your ornaments will be too. Alright, and now we're at the point where it's pretty much straight, so I can just do one. I should be able to do one more piece and just do it straight. Cut this part straight. I have little hot glue webs everywhere. Okay, this last piece I'm going to cut a little long because I'm going to fold it over and then glue it. Just to give it stability again. I know, I keep saying, make sure it's stable, make sure it's stable. Y'all are like, okay, we got it, stable, stable. I should have made this piece a little longer so I could have folded it over too. But that was my mistake and I wasn't thinking. And gluing should go a lot easier once you have a base down. I use burlap. You can use whatever of your choosing. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if there's room to do a third one on here. I might have to do like a little one down here. This is the part where you kind of have to play. And what I'm going to start doing is actually playing with it before I glue from now on. Instead of just doing what I just did. I'm going to set it and see how it looks first and then glue it. So all I'm doing is seeing how everything's going to fit, and then I'm going to glue it. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to do this as a time lapse. Okay, I'm putting into the time lapse. When you're gluing these on, for them to be more stable, glue them to each other. Because if you just glue them to the burlap and not to each other, they're going to eventually fall off. Back to time lapse. Okay, I'm finding the best pattern is to do 2 on each one. And what I'm doing, because I want to have a white stripe, I'm doing 2 rows of the white and then 1 row of silver. So I will do 2 red, did I say white? 2 red, 1 silver. 2 red, 1 silver. And again, I'm just gluing wherever the ornaments touch each other. I'm gluing at those points. And these little holes that you see, those will be filled in later with the smaller ornaments. Alright, so here we are after I got everything glued on. As far as, not everything, I got all the bigger ornaments glued on. When you do this, make sure, because some spots I didn't really think it through, make sure that the little tip of your ornament is down in there, so that when you do the little ornament, it doesn't make it stick up. So make sure you kind of tip those inside a little more. And you kind of have to play with it when you get to the curve. I think you can kind of see how I did the stripes. I know it's hard for y'all to see right now. At the end, I will put pictures just like I did of the burlap one. But now I'm going to do another time lapse. And I'm just going to fill in all these little holes. If it's red, I'm going to do red. If it's silver, I'm going to do silver. Alright guys, I've got all the ornaments glued on. I ended up using 6 packs of the 5 ornaments. I would buy 7 just to be sure that you had enough, because you might decide not to do 2. You might somehow work it and end up doing 3. Because you know, you can always find another use for the ornaments. I might actually put another little ornament right here. I think I'm going to do that. But I used all of the reds. That was 16. This little count box, there were 16 in there. I used all of the red, and I've got 4 silver left. But I am going to put a silver one down here to fill this in. Because once I'm holding it up, I'm seeing I need to fill this in. But if you're hanging it on the wall, you know, this still looks like a candy cane, and I like it with the silver and the red. If you go somewhere like Walmart and do the white ornaments, that would be even probably prettier. But feel free to just be creative and do whatever. Definitely do make sure that you use whatever color burlap that you're going to use in here, because a little bit of it might show through. I mean, if all else fails, just use a natural color, because that would be better than some weird color poking through. There's different ways you can hang it. You can hang it by another ribbon. You can tie a piece of twine back here around your the wire of the wreath form. But that's how it is right now. It's really hard to choose between the bow and the poinsettia, but I think I'm gonna go with the poinsettia, because I feel like the bow, because it's the way it's made, I think it will get lost in it. So I think I'm gonna go with the poinsettia, and that's what my mom wanted anyway. So I'm gonna glue that on, and then I will get it hung up somewhere, and then I will take pictures for you. Well, that's it for this tutorial. I took pictures of both of them side by side. I have a different idea on how I'm going to do the smaller wreath that I showed y'all, the 15-inch that already has stuff on it. So if you can find those, go ahead and buy those. I will be doing a tutorial on those eventually. I'm trying to keep Anna Claire from going out here. It's too cold. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, this is real life, guys. Please subscribe. I'm going to put a link to the burlap wreath just in case you haven't seen it. I've had like 700 views on it already, or close to it. So I'm sure all of my subscribers have at least seen it. I will also link the 411 on Fun Friday. So if you're new to my channel, we're going to do Fun Friday, which will be a giveaway every Friday. So click below on that video to check that out. Also, thank y'all for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, new and the ones that have been with me for the past. My channel's only a month old, but if you've been with me through the beginning, thank you also. I love you all, and y'all have a fabulous day. Bye.